That was one of the funniest things. Girl. Uh,
Humans, andalites, years, Hork-Bajir, and taxons. If you managed to find some earbuds, welcome to the Wonder Year. For all your Animorphs rereading and eventual rewatching needs, I'm Sarah.
Are you? Well, I'm Blair.
I'm a little hemogoblin. I run around in your body and I deliver the blood from your heart to the places that it needs to go. And I got big
so
ears
beautiful.
like a little goblin. Hemogoblin.
Okay, I like it. They should have
Yeah.
named when they put the goblin Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. They should have named it Hemogoblin
Yes, they should have.
and made it bloody and hyper realistic.
More blood Pokemon.
I agree so much, and I'm so glad that my two co-hosts are the biggest geniuses on this planet.
Yeah.
Just the smartest human beings I know.
Our brains are just too big.
Too big.
Big brain hurt head.
Oof, ow, ouch, my brain.
Oof, ouch.
Skull fragile, careful.
So how y'all been? It's been 2 weeks since we got on the mic together.
Yeah.
This was recorded about 20 weeks ago, so it's more like, 22 or 3 weeks from the last episode, which was also posted several months late. I am trying so hard.
The vibes are positive.
Vibes are
currently.
positive.
I think only...
Oh,
my vibes are
hey,
pretty good
you notice anything different about me?
What's that? Are you a gamer?
I got a new mechanical keyboard.
Oh, word.
I was like, that's like kind of gentle.
Yeah, no, it's I got
different.
MX Cherry Blacks, which are like some of the least clacky, but still have a good response feel. I'm liking them.
I love it.
Word.
What were you saying about your positive vibes, Blair?
Oh, my positive vibes are simply that I think they're entirely influenced by the fact that we are actively recording together right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because so I have been listening to Behind the Bastards recently, which is a podcast because I'm running out of things to listen to for 8 hours every day. It's just like a podcast run by Robert Evans about like horrible human beings in history, which is like, depending on how recent that history is, really entertaining or really depressing. Truly, because it's like this guy from like German aristocracy. That's fun to learn about. But if it's like oil lobbyists, I'm like, that's actively depressing and hard.
Or
to listen to.
Right.
for example, Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, actually, I found that one because I found that one to be infuriating in a very motivating way. But then I listened to the one about oil lobbyists and experienced
Dread. Despair.
yes, dread. I actively feel myself getting black-pilled, so I had to pivot hard.
If you need a hard pivot, if you haven't listened to them yet, I recommend the episodes they did about Ben Shapiro's terrible, awful book. Like, in addition to being horribly like racist and everything-ist you could possibly think of, it's also some of the worst writing I've ever heard.
And I do love clowning on neocons
Yeah.
so much.
Well, I personally sat down at my desk, which I sort of have only had set up for a few months, and I haven't had a lot to do. I've done some collaging at it, so I just sort of turned my head to the side, and I found there was just a little piece of a magazine that just says flirty. So that's nice.
It is nice. Oh, love it.
That's what my desk has to say to me. It says flirty.
Mm-hmm.
It's your mood ring. It's your mood desk.
Yes.
My other posy vibes are the fact that I've been getting really into evening showers these days.
Ooh,
Yes.
yes, those are great.
So last time we spoke, I believe or either on this forum or on fear baiting, I talked about the benefits of a morning shower with a hot coffee, which I still stand
that was
by.
fear baiting, I believe.
Yes, I still stand by that in essence. But I work 8 hours a day at a location that is not my place of residence. So it is deeply healing to come home after that and just like wash away everything that happens to me during the day. And I used to be anti-night shower for stubbornness reasons probably, but I've embraced it and it's been like pivotal. Like,
Yes,
groundbreaking.
absolutely. It's great.
I spend most of my days, because I'm a student now and I'm an online student, and when I'm not being an online student, I am doing homework at my computer or playing video games at my computer. So I spend a lot of my time in my bedroom, which is like 15 degrees hotter than the rest of the house because of A, my computer, and B, the lizard I live with who requires a very specific temperature. So I just kind of spend my days sweating away, and then at night I go hop in the shower, and then I get back to my room and open the windows, crank the fans, and just let myself breathe.
Yes.
I have a lot of hair, and I've never owned
Yes.
a hair dryer. So I love to shower when I have time to just like let it dry without. There was a long period of my adulthood where I didn't understand. I'd be like on the way to work and I'd be like, why am I the only one who on the way to work looks like I just drowned? Like, what is it about me? Like, why doesn't it? And then I remembered that other adults own hair dryers. But the thing about that is that you then also have to plan to be the person who has enough time to dry your hair.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I just,
This is a group of people with ADHD. I understand that so much because let me tell you, I only recently stopped being the person who looked like they just recently drowned on their way to work and actively in work. I've walked into places of employment and been asked by my coworkers, like, "Oh, was it raining outside?" in a teasing way, and I was like, "I understand why you're telling me this, but I don't see why it's weird." But
Right.
yes, just never really actively occurred to me that like, oh, other people don't do this, but also, I barely make time to shower before I do things.
Yeah. It is
So doing anything more than that.
the barest minimum of things I can do in the morning. However many things I can cut out of my morning routine, I will cut them out.
For literally, and you have to survive.
Yes.
So I just got so excited because I realized that the PDF that I was reading from didn't actually have the book cover in it. So I'm about to see it for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, because we read the same. Fuck. Okay, what is this? We are on book
49.
49.
The Diversion? Yeah, the Diversion.
The Diversion.
Oh, this is a great one.
Oh,
Okay, let me put this
Seropedia
shit.
encountered a fatal error when I tried to go to their webpage for
I
it.
saw that. Yeah, I had to look on Google image search. So we've got a bird turning into a dog with just sort of a Tobias, I suppose. I just can't picture this child as Tobias. I don't, with sort of Tobias superimposed in the background.
Yes. The
Yeah.
two blonde.
It's the forgotten not Full House, Home Improvement sibling, the one that's not Jonathan Taylor Thomas or Zachary Ty Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Every single image that Google Images pulls up is so low res. It's like so low
There's no
res.
high res versions of these book covers anywhere online.
That is amazing, and I love that so much. So too boyish, way too boyish. Anyway, continue.
I'm really enjoying just seeing like the dog with like the spike sticking out of the side of its neck, like a really misplaced sideshow Mel bone. Right, Simpsons. Sorry, forgot. I always forget.
Mm-hmm. Missed us both.
Airplane, like the little wings they put behind the big airplane wings. Sorry. God, the little wings that are at the tail of the wing that are not the tail fin. That at the bottom, at the butt of the plane. You know how there's one that goes up and two that go side. It looks like the ones that go side.
Yes, I understand you. in the astral plane, I'm putting my hand gently on my shoulder and making eye contact on your shoulder, making eye contact with you.
Mine.
I could both maybe potentially. I have two hands.
You do have 2 hands.
Blair has 2 hands.
I understand.
I just get so interested every time that I know there are limits to their Photoshop budget, but just every time that the wings don't turn into arms or legs.
Yeah, they have no ability to juxtapose these with the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember what the thing is because it's been too long since I worked in Photoshop on anything serious, but they're not making full use of their Beziers and such.
That sounds right.
The Animorphs graphic novel is like right around the corner, by the way. I that's not really germane to this book or the current topic at hand, but I figured I'd bring it up because that's close.
That is exciting, honestly.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
I really feel like I'm not gonna...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I also just realized that I don't think we talked about the Animorphs movie thing that got announced while we were on hiatus.
We definitely didn't because I fully fucking forgot about it because it's definitely going to be a huge disappointment.
It's going to be awful. Like, there is no world... Like I don't even know what they do. Do they, like, fucking 2004, A Series of Unfortunate Events and make it, like, the first handful of books? Where does that cut off? Like, do they...
I hope it's not like the Series of Unfortunate Events movie, because I rewatched that recently, and I was like, you know what? That is honestly not bad as a movie, but, like, compared to the series, so disappointing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I do have to say, I think Jim Carrey as Count Olaf is a very brilliant choice.
It works.
But
I don't know.
It works for sure.
I
Not a
just
fan?
can't. No.
You cannot abide his buffoonery.
I can't abide his buffoonery. He's, I can understand if I'm looking objectively at his performance, I can see how it could work, like it's not like, it's totally just the fact that I can't not see Jim Carrey doing Jim Carrey shit.
He is doing Jim Carrey
Whenever
shit
I
for a
see
lot of
him.
that movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I had not been an Ace Ventura child or his related properties growing up. So
You weren't the
Unfortunate
cable
Events
guy
movie,
kid?
No, the Series of Unfortunate Events movie was probably not my introduction to him, but was the introduction to him that I emotionally connected with the most.
I'm
Because
Canadian, so, he was kind of pushed on me real
That's
hard.
right.
I think.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it must suck being a Canadian because, like, they're too excited about anyone who comes from there.
It's so, and I have, like, there's still, like, a weird little part of my brain that sometimes will be like, there will be a discussion about a movie, and I'll be like, did you know he's Canadian?
Oh, I love that so much about you.
I didn't want that.
When we watched Ginger Snaps Back on Fear Baiting this week, I was just, like, picturing in my head, like, you saying, like, oh, hey, that's a Canadian one.
Yep.
Not a very good one, but a Canadian one.
Ginger Snaps, all of its ups and downs as a series, still is one of the only movies that Canada is like proud to claim, I think.
Is The Craft Canadian?
No.
I can't imagine.
I don't think so. But, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Because the thing about Canada is that a lot of movies are made here, but they are not Canadian produced movies. It's just that it's cheaper to film here. Mm-hmm. So Canada is
so strange.
Yeah, Canada is more of a tool in the filmmaking industry than it is sort of a producer.
Yeah, there's a really good every frame of painting video about that.
Oh, cool.
There's what's the city in Canada that's always used as a filming location that's never actually set there?
Vancouver?
Well, it's either Vancouver
I think
or
it's Vancouver.
Toronto?
The video's called, like, Vancouver's the city that never plays itself.
Totally, yeah.
It's a good video.
It was so funny when Orphan Black blew up. It was Canadian, and it was actually set in Canada. But people are so used to things filmed in Toronto not actually being Toronto that at a certain point a character was jumping up and down on a bed with a bunch of money. And they used Canadian money, and people were like, uh-oh, blooper, they used Canadian money. I'm like, well, no, like, Allison's driver's license says she lives in Scarborough. Like, also, do you really think they'd be like, oops, we accidentally got $100,000 in fake Canadian money?
Yeah.
Like,
So, yeah, seriously, because I mean, from like an American, basically all money that isn't American money looks like Monopoly money, but like,
and also infinitely better than our money. Fucking sucks.
it is slightly more colorful than it used to be, but yes, it does look bad.
I find it so hard whenever I go into the States that I have to like pull out all of my cash to like know which bill is which.
Yes.
I hate
Yeah.
that. Also, just having $1 bills makes me feel crazy. But it's so nice in Canada. I just if something is $17, I look and I go, that's the green one. Here, the green one. Or it's $9. Okay, that one purple. Here's the purple one. Thank you.
Speaking of
Yeah.
speaking of Orphan Black, by the way, real quick, I want to express the thing that I'm excited about. Tatiana Maslany playing She-Hulk in the She-Hulk show that's coming out.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you.
I
have
love
been
her.
I have been dying for that because She-Hulk has been tied up in holding rights forever, which is like, I think there's been a want to make products with her, but they can't because it's like in the same way that like the X-Men are kind of tied up like that, so they couldn't be in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. Anyways, Animorphs.
The tagline of this book
Yes,
is,
thank you.
this war can't go on forever. Will it be us or them? ...
Exclamation question
mark.
mark. It's the other one.
You know, I think,
Pertinent enough.
yeah, it is one of those ones that could sort of go on, you know, any book that is about fighting and like,
But this war can't go on forever. Like, this is a pivotal, I feel like, a book that is kind of the thrust of this.
totally,
Insofar as like, we see a real change in tactics. Like, it is not. So while I was reading this, is I was thinking, I'm so glad that we started again with the previous book, which was not a filler, but definitely was like a gentle re-entry into the series if you had potentially stopped for 6 months.
yeah.
And then this one was like, okay, plot again.
This book was so good. It gave me I definitely expressed this on an episode that we did shortly before our 6-month break, but like, some of my favorite shit in fantasy sci-fi is when there's like the fantasy sci-fi elements are hidden and the normal people get let into the fold about it. It's like a recent example that I pointed that I absolutely love was Jacob in Fantastic Beasts, the first movie. I absolutely loved that.
What a
character.
disappointment that series was.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. This book was such a game changer.
It
like
was.
For sure.
it reminded me of like, you know, an episode that would come out. It would be like a mid-season episode, you know, like last season this would be like episode 6 of like a 12 episode series, and everybody on Twitter would be like, no spoilers, but you fucking have to go watch this episode right now. And I'd be like, oh god, okay. Oh no.
Yes,
and because the next day think pieces would be like, why this episode changed everything. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler.
Yes, and it would have 3 minutes of like previously on before it.
Totally. Yeah.
Yes. Oh god. No, yeah, because I the thing is about this is I feel like this is a move that a lot of series are afraid to make.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. There is totally a world where, I mean, I don't know what's coming in the next 10 books. Like, we're way out of the series that I know at all. But, like, there is absolutely a world I can see where this book ends without them having ever... Why don't we just do the quick recap of sort of, like, the overall shape of the book right now?
Also, Seda, I would like to say, you said the next 10 books, but there are only 5 of these left.
5, 6, right? With
6
Elemis
Elemis Chronicles. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. That's wild, actually.
That wasn't me like doing a well. Actually, that was me like being. Damn, we're close to the end of these books.
Seriously. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So this is a Tobias book. And I don't want to know, but I can imagine it must be pretty close to the last Tobias book that we're gonna get if that's the case. And so plot, Tobias.
So
at the very beginning, they like learn that the Yeerks are starting to do weird shit with blood. They realize that the Yeerks now know that they are human and are trying to find them. And they end up having located Tobias's mother, who Tobias did not know for his whole life, and finds out that she actually lived very near. The kids realize that the Yeerks are sort of zoning in on them, and that it's only a matter of time before their families are attacked and like used as bait or ransom or whatever. And Rachel and Cassie get their families out of their houses to hide in the Hork-Bajir Valley. Jake's parents get turned into controllers, and Tobias goes and is like, "Hey, Mom, we've never talked, but here's what's going on in my life." And she gets morphing powers, and
I was marking out so hard when that happened.
Me too.
joins them in the Hork-Bajir Valley. So basically, the book starts of the status quo, and when the book ends, all of the kids' families are now all in one spot. All of them know, all of their parents know that they are Animorphs, and they have been fighting in this war for like an unknown amount of time, and everything has changed.
Well,
yes,
all of their parents are in the same spot, except for Jake's. Who had been taken by the Yeerks after a fateful lawnmower shopping experience.
Yes.
The lawnmower shopping thing is like that's so pitch perfect to me.
It's really good, and it's also so well seated.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, this book works really, really well in a lot of ways. I feel like it was the best possible way to do this sort of narrative pivot, and I am actually like sort of over the moon about it because I felt like it. So the thing is, it doesn't just relieve tension; it creates new, more interesting tension.
Oh,
you know?
Totally, yeah.
Because this sort of like secrecy was eventually going to get exhausting, especially as they pitch forward into the climax of the series. And so to have that alleviated to a degree but complicated, I feel like I just am super impressed with how they were like, well, this is not suiting us anymore, so we just need to change it, you know?
I agree, and also like perfect character for the point of view. Like,
I agree
showed,
so much. Yeah,
it I'm sure that if I'd sat down and thought about it, I could have, and maybe I have even recognized like the theme of motherhood in Animorphs. But having it, the point of view character be Tobias, and have this book hinge around forming a new relationship with his mother.
So good.
For the first time, and having him do that, and also using that as a way to reflect on the family dynamics of the other kids. Where we have like Marco being like, "Hey man, I've been there, but like, we might not be able to save your mom. She might be a controller, and I've been there, and dying isn't going to fix it."
Right.
And then we have like the entire scene with Cassie and her parents and her mom specifically.
This scene was so good.
We have, and Tobias basically starts to define motherhood as like, the trait that all of these moms have in common is that they like put themselves in harm's way to protect their kids. And that is like something that Tobias looks at, and he's like, well, my mom didn't even want to fucking talk to me my whole life, so what the hell? And like exploring the ways that each kid has been shaped by their family, specifically by looking at like parallels between the moms and the like. I mean, because specifically Rachel and Cassie are the ones who we get highlighted the most. So seeing like mom and daughter echoing each other.
It was nice to get some stuff about Cassie's mom, because I felt like she had only gotten screen time like as part and parcel with Cassie's dad, and Cassie's dad had one-on-one time with Cassie. So I really did appreciate the part where it was just a chapter of the Animorphs talking to Cassie's mom and be like, "Hey, aliens are real. I can turn into a wolf, and this bird is a boy, and he is now naked in your front yard."
Yeah. And the other thing that was like nice about that sentiment is that I feel like it could have gone heavy-handed hard. And Animorphs occasionally does with their like thematic through lines.
Right, the very special episode about ableism.
Yes, but also like in other sort of just like general themes about like trauma or whatever, they just like hit something very hard very frequently. And regardless of it's poignant or not, it can feel a little exhausting. But I feel like this was like, there was enough spacing between ideas that like, I don't know, it felt like it was communicated in a very deliberate way. And just picking up like on the idea of like Tobias being like a naked boy in front of Cassie's mom, and then also Axe being like a quote unquote radioactive deer, which what a stretch to make there. Because like yes, he looks like a deer, but not enough that you would assume that he's like that is not an impulse.
And also the part where that chapter ends.
But I don't know, like what. Like, putting yourself in a position where you saw something you can't explain, you probably would make some sort of, like, insane leap to actually justify it in the real world.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought, actually. I mean, I
found it very fun.
But it's still, I was like, he's a little bit more than radioactive.
Yeah. He's waking up to ash and dust.
Shut up! I cannot.
I like how that chapter / scene ended with Cassie's mom touching Axe's butt and being like, "Wow." And Cassie being like, "Do not touch mom, don't touch my friend's ass, please."
So if we sort of hop all the way back to the beginning, one of my first notes is that Tobias truly has the most to carry when it comes for like the classic first chapter introduction of the concept.
Yeah. Oh my god, I know.
I found this
had
was
a
weird.
Similar thought for sure.
This was really weird to me because I just want to throw my thing in before I forget it. I thought that they had like phased out this like 2 pages of backstory that was attached to every book up until like number 44 or 45, whichever one Marco died, quote unquote, in. But I digress. Anyway, Seda, go on.
No, I think that it just didn't happen last book because Rachel was having weird. It even kind of happened a little bit with Rachel. I think that Tobias honestly just has so much to explain because he's like, so we're the Animorphs. There's an alien invasion. Also, I'm a bird. I wasn't always a bird. That like has to like explain so much, and also has to explain that he's like part Andalite. Has a very Tobias. I love him so much. He has like this heartbreaking line, fairly early on where he's like, "Oh, yeah, so I had an alien dad because he gave up being an alien because he loved my mom so much. And then one day I ran into him, and I wonder if he knew that I was his son. And that's why he gave us morphing powers. Probably not. He was just desperate, but I don't know." And it's like, oh, holy shit.
A thought I'm having just now is that Tobias is like an OC that a fan of the Animorphs would make.
Yes, he is.
But he's an actual character.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Capelgate's brain huge for that one.
Yeah, he agrees so much.
Oh, man. Maybe that's why Tobias and Rachel work so well, because they both kind of have that vibe. Like, Rachel being the, like, hot, sporty girl who's dating one of the Animorphs, and also I'm Jake's cousin. Like...
Yeah.
And also she has like the aspect of like a 14-year-old's OCA being like, but she's also got like a dark side where she's like super violent.
Oh, I love them all.
Dude, it's so
They're
perfect.
all my children and I love them.
Here's one thing that I don't know if I realized. Tobias is talking about Yerks, and he's talking about a mouse. That's what it is. It's when he's hunting a mouse, a little field mouse, and he starts talking about yerks, and he says that yerks are slightly bigger than field mice, which I think I didn't know. I think I knew that they were like big for slugs, but I thought that meant that they were like maybe finger size.
Hold on, I'm googling slug field mice for comparison.
But I think the slugs we've encountered individually.
I've met some big fucking slugs.
The thing is, I've never encountered a slug in real life. I've just seen pictures of huge snails and just extrapolated from there, basically.
You know, I guess you're right. I guess I was just thinking about little slugs that I've seen on leaves.
Hold on,
yeah.
I'm Googling slugs
God,
now.
really? Like, them's caterpillars, basically, in size.
All right.
Not as long.
I've got a really good image of a slug that I'm going to share with you two, and if this gets cut out, so be it. But I just was so charmed by this image.
Oh, that slug is texting.
It's a slug with a...
He's got things to say. Let him tweet.
Let him tweet. Let this slug tweet.
Because that is the era of phone where you could, like, still tweet on your phone.
Oh, yeah, I totally did. I've told you about that, right, Blair? That I, for 2 years of my life, I was a text to tweet
Both
person.
of you did, because you both have, like, well, Sarah, you have 2 years on me, and
Yes.
Seda has, like, 5 years on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm sure that I've said this on the podcast before, but like in high school, my friends would come up to me like, "Stop tweeting! I'm getting too many texts," and I'd be like, "Then unsubscribe! Don't get my tweets delivered to your phone as text, because I'm not going to stop."
Say the servers are getting overloaded. You need to stop posting.
I will not. Do something on your end to make it better.
Very early on in this book, just a very cute moment that I was like losing it over was Tobias is having a hard time getting dinner because he goes for a field mouse and then gets like snapped at by a rattlesnake. And then Rachel shows up and is like, I brought you a Big Mac and French fries.
Yes, and she says, "We have weird dates."
Dude.
As he like tosses a Big Mac patty up to like choke it down as a bird.
It made me want a BK Impossible burger so bad.
Oh my god, yes. Totally.
Dude, I was like,
ate a Big
I'm
Mac
bird
today.
crazy right now.
I literally ate a Big Mac. I literally ate a Big Michael today, and this made me want another one.
Damn it, I'm gonna have to order a burger after this recording now.
Tobias also did a paragraph of ad read for McDonald's French fries.
Oh my god, and I agreed with every single moment of it.
He's right.
I fucking love, they're so good. Tobias is, I just love his book so much because he is so introspective and also thinks so much about the other characters and his relationships to them. I loved the moment where he starts talking about how if Marco were the Nothlit, Marco wouldn't force himself to live like a bird like Tobias does. He would let Rachel get snacks for him and just sit in her room all day. And I think one of the reasons I like that so much because Tobias doesn't finish the thought. He isn't and we're different in this way, and that's what this means about me, and that's what this means about Marco. He just says, Marco wouldn't live like this. Marco would let Rachel take care of him, but I keep trying to live by this code that I don't even fully understand. And that's and then he moves on and kind of lets the reader pull those things to see what Tobias, I don't know. It's great writing. I love Tobias.
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about the return of Gleet biofilters in this book? The long-awaited
fucking
return.
Forgot about them.
Yeah,
predominantly.
Honestly, you know what? When it comes down to it, that's one of those things where fridge logic style, it's so obvious that they should be used at every entrance to everything.
Right.
That of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I love that it is a problem in this book, but it's a problem that can be solved by Rachel turning into an elephant and throwing a street sign through the door.
It rolls.
So my
Such
major
a low-tech
qualm
answer
with
to
this
a
book,
high-tech question.
Yes.
my major qualm with this book was the fact that they had a whole conversation about, and maybe they resolved this and I just was not paying close enough attention because I did start reading this as soon as I woke up this morning. They were oh, we can't make a big scene because then they'll know for sure we're not Andalites or whatever, because why would Andalites give a shit? I guess they must have resolved that they didn't care about that.
Right, well,
But at the same time, I was like...
The big scene was excused by the fact that there was literally a circus in town, and one of the elephants just went fucking absolutely apeshit. And then when they went... huge mode with Rachel breaking in and everything, they already knew that, like, they had been caught red-handed.
Well, no, because I think that they were just debating specific tactics, like... They were saying, like, we can't go in and just delete the information that we might be human because then they'll know we are. If we do this, it has to be, like, an attack on the base. Like, it has to, like, be bigger. It has to be, like, a thing that Andalite bandits would do. And then, by the time, like, the end of the mission, they were pretty clearly done for. So they were like, fuck it.
What a fun mission, though, legitimately.
Yeah.
Like,
good. And, like, we get such good Jake moments here. Where, like, the first mission of the book, Jake is like, we have to go. There's no time. Like, we have to go now. And then he's like, fuck, I should have taken time to think about it. Now our blood's all over, and they've been trying to collect blood. The Yeerks are really into blood now. And then later, when Jake's parents get turned into controllers, it's maybe not because, but Jake certainly thinks it's because, you know, he said, let's go and sleep on this and make sure that we're all ready. And Jake is like, I fuck it up no matter what.
This made me so sad.
I just love it because it's very honest. It isn't like Jake learns, oh, I have to be more careful, or, oh, I have to act more quickly. He learns that he can be wrong no matter what. He might, or in his mind, he is going to do the wrong thing. Like, there isn't, like, a specific plan of action, and he can make mistakes in both ways.
Mm-hmm.
which sucks, but it's very realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they basically they break into this Yeerk thing. I love the way that they find which specific blood bank the Yeerks are at, which is that Marco and Axe just try to hack every single blood bank. And then the moment they find one that's, like, way too secure, they're like, well, that's the one.
There's also a fun throwaway line where Jake is like, oh, that, I don't remember who said it, but, like, someone's like, oh, that place was locked up like the CIA, and then Axe is like, actually, it was pretty easy to hack into the CIA. We did that already.
Dude. Yeah. They're fucking kings for hacking the CIA.
It's great. And this is, like, we learned that, one thing I really liked is that very early on, the problem that they were having as, like, this blood drive was going on, that they were like, have any of you given blood in the past, like, year or whatever? And Rachel's like, I'm not sure. I did get really sick and I got taken to a doctor and I don't remember it. And then very quickly they're like, oh, fuck, we leave blood all over. Like, whenever we fight these people, our blood is there. So they already have that information. And that's how,
did they realize that then? I thought they didn't realize that until after the...
They do, because that's, like, how they find out, because that's, like, I think they realize it in the control room.
Yes.
And because, like, how else would they find Tobias's mom? Like, why else would she be highlighted?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then it's later that they're like, well, even if they didn't then, if they didn't have everybody's, they do now.
Right.
Yeah.
It is interesting because, but I guess they're aliens, so it's fine. But the thing is, I was like, you need more blood than, like, a dried up blood spill to, like, identify a human person, basically.
This is one of those, like, sort of like the Animorphs is doing an interesting science thing where they're like, oh, they're testing human DNA to see if there's animal DNA in it. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
But the thing is, I was also reading that, and I was like, I don't know if what we know about the morphing technology fucking supports that.
Yeah.
There's a great moment when they're breaking into the blood vault, whatever. That's just what I'm going to call it.
That's fine.
Do it.
Where they break into the blood vault, and, like, they all just, like, all of them, like, strut up all confident to the like the door where it's, like, being guarded by other Hork-Bajir, and the Hork-Bajir is like, pass, and Jake says he wants pass, and then all of them just, like, they like do the fucking George of the Jungle, and now we will throw our heads back in laughter.
Yeah. Oh, their little ruse here is so good.
It's so good.
Because it's that Marco has a t-shirt that looks exactly like the same color as the blue bands, which is like the green berets of Hork-Bajir.
And it's his new morphing suit.
And he's so sad about
so
it.
good. But just like the synchronicity of it all, or like the
Oh,
coincidence.
and there's also like a great gay Cassie moment where Marco's like, okay, I'm going to take this shirt off so we can tear it up. Cassie, don't look at me with my shirt off. You'll go crazy. Like, you won't be able to be held accountable because you'll see my abs. And Cassie's like, uh-huh.
I think that's so funny because famously, at least for me, speaking only as myself, well, I guess I don't know where I fall on Cassie, maybe fully gay, but like Marco is definitely fully gay, and Cassie errs in that direction. So just them playing off each other like that in my little mind palace is just delightful. Specifically,
I agree, big time.
It's great.
The fight that they have in the control room is very long and very bloody. They're all Hork-Bajir, and Marco's beak gets ripped off.
Yeah, and almost gets his throat slit.
Yeah, and then Rachel shows up with a forklift that she stole from the circus, and
Queen.
she's a grizzly bear.
Yep.
And she says
Queen.
the line that I love so much, which is, "Don't think of it as stolen property. Think of it as a really big key."
Queen.
And also, this is I'll bring this up every time one of them gets behind the wheel in a morph. It's another Big Jim rides moment.
Totally. Great.
We do get Big Jim riding in this book also, but on 2 wheels instead of 4, and on a foot propelled object and not a motorized thing. Unless because later on Marco, while morphed as a gorilla, rides it just as a scooter. I did not catch if it like specified whether it was an electric scooter or a push scooter.
Oh,
And he
I don't
clotheslines
know,
a guy.
yeah.
Oh, one is funnier than the other for sure.
I'm loving the idea of him on like a push scooter, like fucking Frankie Muniz liaring his way down the street as, through the toy store as Smash Mouth plays.
Absolutely.
But scooters are so short, and gorillas are so long.
And that makes it that much funnier.
Oh wow.
Oh God.
So Tobias basically at this point, they realize that his mom has been tracked down, and he realizes that she was living really, really close to him his entire life while he was like shifted between relatives who didn't give a shit about him. And all of his like, he talks about how as a kid he would sit and daydream like, I bet my mom wanted to take care of me so bad and she loves me so much, but she couldn't for all of these big dramatic reasons. And all of those things start like crumbling down around him as he's like, she was right there. She was right there the whole time. Mm-hmm. And Marco's basically like, this is when he's like, your mom is bait. Like, they know that you know that they know that she's your mom. She's probably already a controller. You can't save her. And then we get a really beautiful, I love, like, as much as I don't necessarily condone Rachel and Tobias as a like romantic couple, as weird as that can seem to me sometimes, I love their relationship so much.
I agree.
And we get
completely.
such a like wonderful little insight into them when Rachel's like, this day has been really fucked up, you shouldn't be alone. And Tobias is like, I've always been alone, Rachel. And she's like,
God, he's so
all right,
emo.
well, my window will be open anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
He's so emo.
He is so
is.
emo.
He is. He deserves it.
Tobias
I-
posting.
Not deserves like, like fate, but like deserves it. Like he's allowed.
He deserves
Yeah,
to
no,
go on
I agree.
Facebook and post
Exactly.
the words, "I don't jump around when I go to a show. I must be emo."
Fuck the emo song. Holy shit, that's something I haven't thought of in a long time.
Me neither.
God. Christ. Yeah, no, but yeah, the whole thing with his mom is like so interesting, and I love it so much. It might be my favorite part of this book. Just because like it's just so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I have several thoughts about it. As I was reading it, I was like, the class politics of Animorphs is complicated depending on like the background of the person it's coming from. You know what I mean?
It's really interesting. There's like a couple notes I have in here that are about like, oh, the Animorphs explores food deserts, and like predatory insurance. Like,
Yeah.
it's very thrown away, but it's like he, you know, he's following his mom around, and he realizes that she does her grocery shopping at a convenience store, and then he goes, oh, well, I guess there's not exactly like a nice grocery store around here, so of course she does. Oh, and also, very important plot point, she is blind. She was in a pretty severe accident and lost her sight, or is blind, and has a guide dog named Champ. That is very important.
Very important.
Yeah. The class stuff was like so specific. Negative as it was so specific that like it felt like it came from, if not an authentic place, then like a place of genuine understanding.
I think so. There's like there's another, I think the third sort of thrown away line that I really took note of in that was you know, at the end when shit starts to really break bad, he's like, wow, the Yeerks aren't even trying to hide it. I guess like the cops won't come here anyway. Like they don't care if these people are safe or not.
Yeah, truly so specific.
Yeah.
Because what really stood out to me is he like described a whole conversation with like between like two people who lived next to his mom's place.
Yes.
And like talked about him connecting to that conversation, where it was like obviously sort of like recognizably not positive, but also something he recognized within himself. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it is, as I'm talking about it more, the more I'm like thinking like this is probably really important for some kids to read, you know?
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. It's you know, it's even present in like the way that the Yeerks start to survey Lauren, Tobias's mom, in like the specific ways that they put surveillance in place, which is like a quote unquote bag lady. Like they're like, oh, here's somebody who won't go unnoticed, or who will go unnoticed. Here is like this woman, like experiencing homelessness, who like talks to herself. That'll fit in right here, and like a broken down van, and like all of these like things that the book is saying like, oh yeah, these are all the like normal things that like get ignored by the larger society around it.
Yeah, and I'm remembering now that like in the past there have been Chi who have like disguised themselves as like homeless squatters, basically.
Totally.
Dude, like I feel like kids' books almost never, and unless in a sort of like wildly fantastical way, never touch on like poverty at all.
Yeah.
Or like even like middling, you know what I mean?
If they do, it is in a way where at the end of the movie they drag themselves out of it.
Yeah.
Through like
or
magic.
they're seen as like something that's just like deeply spooky.
Yeah. Right. Totally. I also, so like I think it does trip at the end. I think that it's sort of with Lauren and her blindness, like I think that they do a pretty good job throughout most of the book. She's very, you know, she seems pretty content with her life. She's got a great guide dog. She does shit that she wants to do.
Right.
She has work that she finds fulfilling. It's just at the end where, you know, she morphs and she can see, and then she nearly dies in morph, and Tobias is like, you gotta morph back, and she's like, but I'll be blind. And it's like, oh, so you're choosing death over blindness? That like that sucks that they set that up.
Yeah, and then it also demorphing also cures her blindness.
Demorphing also cures her blindness, which I
guess that's how it works now.
Which doesn't make any sense.
I guess that's how it works now. Like the one time where Tobias couldn't demorph and remorph because of his broken wing was that was like a one-off, and now like twice now we've had it that morphing and demorphing fixes injury.
It's
of
so
any
stupid.
of this kind of variety.
Which again just like brings me to the like thing of like if you morph and demorph with a tattoo, your tattoo is gone, right? Because like
that is injury.
Yeah.
It's technically scarring.
I know we're in the middle of a discussion about this, but I just got really into the idea of Marco being pissed as hell that his stick and poke came off after a mission.
Oh my god, yes. Or the opposite, if they've decided that it's opposite logic, he like does a shitty stick and poke, or he lets drunk Rachel do a stick and poke at him in their dorm room at college, and then he's like, fuck this, and like morphs and demorphs and is like, no.
Oh, that's perfect. I love that so much, and I'm emotionally going to stay in there, but intellectually say that, famously we've seen that Animorphs has issues discussing disability.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. And
despite their best efforts.
And it's so interesting because, like, throughout the book until the very end, honestly, it is pretty good. Like, with Lauren.
She's a very autonomous person. I mean,
and like she's obviously very tough. Like when the kids are trying to pretend to be like street.
It is so funny.
Marco and Jake do an okay job. Or who is it? Is it Tobias and Marco? Yeah, it's Tobias and Marco. They do an okay job of acting tough, and then Axe is just doing like, I am an average. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the quote unless anyone has it.
I screen capped the entire. But you pull it up. I screen capped the entire thing because I was. Seconds before we were gonna like record, I was like, I have to send. So I actually haven't. I might right now send it to my friend because I'm trying to convince him to read Animorphs.
Yes. I also, with Lauren, I guess this is another thing where the book is making an interesting little like almost offhand point. Tobias near the end, you know, he's been struggling this whole book on like, why didn't my mom ever like contact me? Like, why is this? And he learns that the injury or the way that she became blind was in a severe car accident that also gave her complete amnesia. And the way that he finds that out is by finding a letter from the insurance company, which basically is like, hey, so we've determined that the injuries that you sustained won't get better, so we're not going to pay for you to try to make them better. Stop trying to receive treatment.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
So I have the two quotes. One is that when they walk into when Axe, Marco, and Tobias walk into the convenience store, Axe saunters up to the cashier, and is like, "Do not worry, we are irresponsible teenage hoodlums, possibly gang members, but you are not in any danger." And then when he has to threaten Lauren, he says, "Ah," Axe nodded. "She does not understand how menacing we are." He tapped her on the shoulder. "You do not know me," he said, "but I am a juvenile delinquent. I do not trust authority figures. I probably will not graduate from high school, and statistics say my present rowdiness and vandalism will likely lead to more serious crimes. I am a dangerous fellow, and I am causing mayhem in this store." He reached behind her and pulled 3 jars of baby food from the top shelf, shoved them behind a box of macaroni, shuffled the cheese whiz in front of the marshmallow fluff, and tossed a bag of lady shavers onto a bag of hamburger buns. "There. Now I have now shamelessly destroyed the symmetry of this shelf, undoing hours of labor by underpaid store employees. If you could see me, you would be frightened."
The thing is, having worked in a gas station convenience store, it's less walking around than one would require at a grocery store, but it's still a not insignificant amount of walking around.
Totally.
Which is just perfect. It's just perfect.
Rachel says at one point that the circus got in trouble for their, rampaging elephant. And I said out loud, good. Fuck a circus.
Oh, man.
One thing I really appreciate about this book is how quickly everything happens.
Yeah.
They realize that they've been found out and that their families are about to be targeted. They sleep on it. And then at their meeting the next day, they're like, okay, well, we don't have any other choices. Let's vote. Yes, we all agree. We have to, evacuate our families and hide them with the Free Horp Gajir, and we don't have any other choice. And at the end of the meeting, Cassie goes, well, both my parents are home, so let's get started.
Oh my God, I love her so much. She's so pragmatic.
Oh, I love her so much. And, and now we get to, Cassie's mom, who's incredible. Tobias, flies up and speaks to Cassie's mom, and she's like, well, sweetie, that's really nice, but this isn't happening currently. I seem to think that a bird is talking to me, but that, no, that's obviously
There's
not.
a really great moment here where she's like, okay, I certainly need more coffee. I must be drinking decaf because I'm still dreaming. Or maybe it is the coffee. And then later when they tell Cassie's dad shortly after, because they do Cassie's mom first and then Cassie's dad, Cassie's dad like looks at Axe, rubs his eyes, and like looks back at Axe, then looks in his coffee, and Cassie's mom was like, it's not the coffee, dear.
It's not the coffee. Also, like, these little details about Cassie's mom, like, so Tobias, to prove the morphing thing, starts morphing from bird to human, and Cassie's mom's first instinct is to wrap him up in her newspaper and be like, oh no, this bird's so sick, like, everybody stand back. Like, she's so, like, sweet that this bird starts going through this absolutely incomprehensible reaction, and she, like, carefully covers it in newspaper to, like, bring to her own vet tech place. Like,
It's amazing.
oh, and the way that this, like, so, you know, they explain the whole war to Cassie's mom, as Cassie's mom, like, grabs Cassie and is, like, being like, no, baby, I can't believe that you had to do all this. Why didn't you tell us? Like, we could have helped you. And they're still, like, Cassie's like, we have to go. And they're like, but the animals depend on us. We have responsibilities. And then Mr. King, the Chi, steps forward and is like, hey, does this change anything? And just shows them a movie of Cassie dying.
It is. I was
Brutal.
like, well, I guess. They seem like reasonable people, but I guess that's fine.
Also, we find out that Louis Pasteur didn't actually invent pasteurization. That the Chi did.
That is my shit like that is my favorite ahistorical, or like what even is the term for that, like re-mythologizing of history.
Totally. It's one that's so funny to me. I mean, I haven't done any research on Louis Pasteur. Maybe he sucks, but like, of all of the, like,
He seems so neutral.
yeah, of all of the things in fiction to be like, I'm taking this away from the thing that is named after this man was
Hatsune
me.
Miku invented pasteurization.
Oh Christ,
God.
the Animorphs. Oh my God. Oh, I just had a cursed vision of the future, which is the Animorphs movie comes out and Eric King says, "Oh, I gave J.K. Rowling a napkin 20 odd years ago."
It's bad.
Okay. One of my favorite scenes in this book is I don't know, it extends past a scene, but the whole like Jake being like, okay, time to do my parents stuff had me like, oh God, just like him like standing in his driveway because his parents aren't home, and they're like, okay, that's fine. They're at the lawnmower shop, like I mentioned earlier. My
The
dad
store
is
where they
still
only
just
sell
picking it out.
lawnmowers.
And he's like, okay, I'm gonna just bounce around a basketball. And Tobias says he fakes left and pumps right. I don't remember the rest of the words to get your head in the game.
Thank you for trying.
But he is like getting increasingly aggravated with his ball in his front yard as his parents have yet to show up, and everyone and all the other Animorphs are like, hey dude, they should be back by now. And he's like, no, they're fine. They went to the lawnmower shop. They're perfectly fine, and everything's okay. And then, who is it that eventually presses him to the point where he like fucking slams the basketball against his house?
I
don't remember.
That's fine.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but
And he just, oh God, oh Jake in this book, like, I think. Like, on average, I think Jake is probably near the bottom of my tier list of Animorphs, but when he hits so good.
I think that's so unfair, but I think I just love them all so much.
It's, you know, I like that Tobias actually does take a moment at the very end of the book to, like, acknowledge that he and Jake are in very weird places right now. Like, he's like, oh, you know, I'm the orphan usually, and I now have discovered my mother and, like, have sort of my chosen family around me. There's also, this incredible moment where just after Jake realizes that his parents have been turned into controllers, which includes his mom shooting at them, and they're escaping, and Tobias is like, whoa, Jake is acting weird. Like, I've never seen him like this. He's never lost it like this. And Tobias kind of realizes all of a sudden, like, oh, the reason Jake has been able to keep it together throughout all of our missions is that he wasn't focused on the big picture. Like, he was never like, I'm going to save Earth. I'm going to save humanity. He has entirely been focused on saving his family this whole time.
Yeah.
And right now, for the first time, he is going, oh, I might not be able to. So he is losing it in the same way that everybody else has lost it because they don't know if they can save all of humanity.
And it's such an interesting way to frame. I mean, it's having read X amount of Jake books, it's not a shocking revelation to make, right? But actually saying it, you know.
Totally. But it's one that I think, like, Jake couldn't have made it.
Right,
like,
for
Jake
sure.
couldn't have said it. Which I think is so cool. It's one of the... There's also a moment, I don't think it's right here, but it's during another Jake scene when he's being tactical. Tobias is like, whoa, I'm suddenly seeing the family resemblance between Jake and Rachel. Which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, as Jake sort of starts to lose his grip a little bit, Tobias is like, oh, okay, I get it.
And it's connective tissue that's not shocking, I think, in any sort of way. It's because there's a reason why Jake is, like, the leader, you know? He, like,
Totally.
he plays up the reluctant leader to an appropriate amount. But there is a not necessarily a bloodthirsty tendency, but a very proactive tendency within Jake, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
In
is...
comparison... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's like, that is heightened in a different way in Rachel, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, like, comparatively to the way that the scene unfolds with Jake and his parents and the way that the scene unfolds with Cassie and her parents, the one where Rachel saves her family is, like, the comedic break.
Oh, it's so good, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Rachel comes through as a bear, and Rachel's mom, like, lunges at her with a spice rack, and then when she hears Rachel Thought speaking to her, she's like, Rachel, did this bear eat you alive? Are you in the belly? And meanwhile, like, Axe is in the living room with the kids, and Jake is like, Axe, distract the kids. And he's like, I'm on it. They think I am a Pokemon. They do not know that I am actually quite fast, and they say that they need to train me.
It is phenomenal. It is it is POKEY space MAN
dash
Pokemon.
Yeah. Rachel's mom fucking squares up with a spice rack, and Rachel like has a snappy quip for her mom, is like, Mom, what are you gonna do? Hit me with the fucking basil?
They're so good. Also, I love how you said basil. Who are you?
Basil.
Basil is like a British detective.
Basil,
have you always said Basil?
I might have, but I think I have to come clean about this, which is that the reason that I said Basil is because in my head the default pronunciation is the name of Austin Powers' superior in the Austin Powers movies.
Because
his Q is named Basil.
Yeah, because Cards on the Table, I never tell what is like regional to the Midwest and what is not regional to the Midwest.
And what is just me not knowing how words are said.
Well, Basil is a way that word is said, but typically not in the United States. But that's fine. You're valid and you're so legitimate, and I love you so much.
Thank you, Blair. Yeah. I love you too. Also, Seda, just while I'm saying it, I love you too, Seda.
I love you.
Wow,
and I love Blair.
Wow, hey.
Wow, we did it.
Yay.
Speaking of love, Tobias becomes his mom's guide dog, and when his mom like kneels down to be like, "Hey, you cool?" He's like, "Oh my god, my mom loves me. I mean, this dog. I'm the dog, and me, and this is nice. This is fine. This is great. Actually, it's good, and I'm responding to it appropriately."
I feel like most media has daddy issues, you know, but this.
Yes. Oh my god, Animorphs is feminism because mommy issues.
Capelgate said women's rights.
Not, I guess maybe not in the way that
God.
most people would have preferred it, but I guess, you know.
I also, so like, you know, Tobias, like, changes from dog to bird and kind of hangs out, and then changes from bird to human so that he can just sort of go around in his mom's house. I will say, you know, as somebody who has had a documentedly very complicated relationship with my mother before she died.
Fair.
And then inherited her house.
Fair.
And then had the experience of going through her things, desperately trying to understand her.
Uh-huh.
That scene was a unique experience for me.
Dude, yeah.
Where he's like, he's looking for evidence, ostensibly. He's looking for evidence that she is not a controller. But even admits, like, out loud to the audience, mostly is just trying to look for, like, a reason that she didn't contact him, is looking for ways to understand her. That's when he finds the letter from the insurance. And he has this wonderful thing where he's like, well, it says that she has complete and total amnesia, but on TV, I would just be like, I'm your son, and she would remember me, and I bet that's fake, and that's not how it really works, but what if it is, and I'm gonna try it.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries it.
And he tries it, and it's exactly as it should be. She's like, oh, I wondered if you'd find me. I was told that I had a son, and I was told his name was Tobias. I even was, like, shown you when you were a little baby, but I don't know who you are. Like, I know that I have a son named Tobias, but I don't know you. I wasn't able to take care of you after my accident because I suffered a very traumatic brain injury, and I had to learn how to not only brush my teeth, but I had to learn what teeth are. I had to, like, learn just entirely how to function again, and I couldn't take care of a kid. And by the time that I would have been able to do that, I couldn't find you.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, but I have these vague memories of aliens. And he's like, guess what?
Good news, Mom.
That was the only real thing.
And he uses that info to, like, convince her to like follow his plan.
Yeah, which involves such a great, like, cinematic, like, I can totally see how it would play out. They like go into a pipe in a park, and it's like got that wonderful tension of, like, acts counting down over thought speak. Like, you've been in the tunnel for 12 seconds, 14 seconds, the controller is getting closer, and they do, like, a quick change of Champ, the real guide dog, and Tobias as the guide dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, I thought it might be what was coming because earlier in the book, we got Chekhov's morphing cube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cassie or Rachel or whoever it was that had it, like, very obviously was like, don't worry, as we're running away, I have the morphing cube. And so when Tobias said that he had a crazy plan to save his mom and that Jake wasn't going to like it, but Jake had to trust him, I was like, they're not. Are they? And then they did. They give Lauren morphing powers. And
it kind of rules.
It's so good.
I was going wild at this part. I was, yes.
Oh, and also, like, just before this entire thing goes down, there's a great moment where Tobias, like, comes to get Rachel from, like, the Free Hork-Bajir colony, and she's like, oh, Tobias, yes, please tell me you're here to make me do something dangerous. Please, I've been going crazy. My mom is helping the Hork-Bajir draft a constitution. Yes. I have to leave.
It's so good.
And so, yeah, we get, like, Axe being like, you gotta get out of there, and bombs exploding everywhere, while Tobias is trying to quickly walk his mom through acquiring himself. She acquires him as a hawk to fly away, and, like, it's so intense, and they're, like, running and going and flying, and there's, like, Rachel bursts through as an elephant. They get shot at a lot. At one point, Marco uses a huge thing of Hot Wheels to just trip a bunch of controllers. There's, like, this old woman controller who crashes a helicopter, and Tobias nearly gets hit, and then Lauren dives into the way to save him, and Tobias is like, oh, my mom does love me. She put herself in bodily harm to to save me. And then, they get away as the helicopter crashes, and they all hang out at the Hork-Bajir colony, and Tobias is like, Jake and I have switched places, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
what was this the diversion?
The Diversion.
What was the diversion?
Rachel being an elephant 2 times.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? Not necessarily the thrust of the plot, but sure.
Yeah, kind of a
Yeah.
stretch on this title, but it's okay.
It's strange that the tagline was more suitable than the title.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm just looking at a list of the next 5 book titles and just feeling so goddamn regular about them. See,
Wait, yeah, I'm
can
also
I-
feeling very regular about you saying that,
and
Sarah.
I know you don't want me to spoil who's narrating or of course, or anything, but can I tell you a couple of the names of these books that are making me feel feelings?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's legit.
so we've got up next we have The Ultimate, which okay.
Sure,
Number 51,
Mm-hmm.
The Absolute.
sure.
Number 52, The Sacrifice.
Uh-oh.
Never a good sign.
Number 53, The Answer. The Elemist Chronicles.
Yeah.
Number 50,
That's gonna be a weird one.
number 54, The Beginning.
Yeah.
The
Oh, and I just realized there's something that we never discussed on the pod because it happened during our hiatus. For my birthday, my girlfriend bought me the Animorphs Game Boy Color game.
Oh yeah.
Christ! Oh my god.
That's the
So
it's the Pokemon
I've been
one, right?
thinking. Sorry.
It's the Pokemon one, right?
Yes, were they Animorph into Pokemon?
No,
Yeah.
like the game is basically Pokemon.
I don't know. I haven't played it yet
Oh.
because I really want to play it with you guys. So I was thinking that maybe at some point, maybe either to celebrate the end or whatever, we should do a little like live stream where I can
Yes.
we can
Should
all
we make
like
a Twitch channel?
yeah.
I mean, I have a Twitch channel. We can stream it there. We don't have to make our own.
I
Yeah,
think
sure,
that would
sure,
be really
sure.
fun. I've looked up several ways to stream Game Boy Color games, and every single one of them is just point a camera at your Game Boy Color. So we're going to be doing that, and we'll figure it out.
Not meant to be streamed, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Dude, I feel like we have a complicated but eventually bright future ahead of us.
Oh God, yeah.
I am so
Just like
Sorry,
in terms of
felt
this
that,
podcast, but also in life.
every time we talk about the Animorphs in college, I get so goddamn excited for you two to finish this series and be unleashed on the fan fiction world.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be unstoppable is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the solution.
It's both. It's the sacrifice and the answer.
Mm.
And it will and when we reach the end, it will be the beginning of fan fiction.
Shut up. What is shocking to me is that we have not had books already titled both The Sacrifice and The Answer.
Yeah, true.
Saving it for the end.
Is that not the case?
Oh, they wouldn't repeat a title.
But it seems they're obvious. Whatever, it's fine.
I can go
there
through all of
seems
them
such
number by
obvious
number
words.
if you want me to.
It's fine. No, you know what? I believe, trust, and love you.
Okay. Speaking of believing in trust, no, that's not a good transition. We have questions.
Do it anyway.
The Wonder Years, I posted, the Wonder Years are here again to talk about book 49, The Diversion. Ask us about blood heists, letting your family in on secrets, and buying lawnmowers. At Heavenly Evan, that's heavenly with none of the vowels, but Y is not a vowel in that case. Which of the many new inhabitants to the Hork-Bajir Valley would you like to hang out with? I would absolutely love to hang out with Cassie's parents. I just think that they would, like, I think similar to the way that, like, Marco's dad is, like, obsessed with the Andalite technology and how they, like, how technologically advanced they are. I think, like, from a biological perspective, the Cassie's parents would be just so interested in these, like, these aliens.
For sure. An unfortunate personality trait I have is that as soon as human beings start having children, I become terrified of them. It has nothing to, I don't know, just like parents in general, you know?
Yeah.
It used to be like, oh, they're adults, so I don't know how to interact with it like adults when I was a child. But now that I'm an adult, I don't know what's wrong with me. So I don't think I'd be able to interact with anyone because the only person who has siblings is Jake, and that's obviously a non-starter. No, fuck. Rachel has siblings, but I'm not good with kids. None of this is good for me.
Yeah.
None of this is good.
You're just hanging out with the Hork-Bajir.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I think also probably Cassie's parents, like, I don't know, Rachel's mom, seems like the kind of person who, like, sort of terrifies me. Like, she really enjoys being in a bad mood.
Yes.
And that is somebody who I struggle with, because I really want to make everyone happy.
I understand. I understand so much.
I don't know if I'd have a great time with her. I think I'd just want to hang out with Cassie's parents and talk about animal rights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now that I'm thinking about this, and it's not like a new entry into the Hork-Bajir zone, but like, dads love me is what I've learned about myself in my adulthood.
Dad magnet.
Dads
totally see
love
that.
me.
I can totally see that.
And I think I would get along with Marco's dad way more than I'd be comfortable with. Because he's like not like my dad, but enough like my dad's friends. And,
Sure. Yeah.
And my dad's friends also being my dad's friends, meaning they're also dads for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Dads love me.
Dads all
Maybe I'd
across the
talk
land
to Lauren
love
a little
Blair.
bit. She volunteers at a crisis center, so
That's pretty cool of her.
I bet she is cool. And
Yeah.
she also is like, don't kill flies. They're God's creatures. And I'd be like, you like bugs? Let's.
That's legit. It's
talk
legit
about
for
bugs.
sure. Yeah.
At PR the Disaster asks, if you had to Animorph in order to mow a lawn the fastest / the best with no human tools, what would be your strategy? My strategy would be to morph a cow, because then I would have cow tools.
Cow
Are we doing best or fastest?
Fastest /
'Cause
best.
those,
You can do either.
Because, like, I feel like, a grazing animal
Like a goat,
will, yeah, a goat, a sheep. They'll get the job done, but it won't be quick.
But I'm struggling to think like
Or
what animal
even.
would do it quickly.
Yeah.
Like what animals have like if Scyther the Pokemon was a real animal, that would be like my ideal pick, but it's not.
Oh, okay. So does the animal have to have lawn cutting abilities?
You cannot.
Because I was thinking
cannot use human
the
tools.
animal able to move, able to operate a lawnmower,
Nope, can't use human
the
tools.
fastest. Because the intersection between strong upper body strength for animals and speed is not there. There's not a lot of overlap there.
What's a sharp animal?
Porcupine.
Not a lot of big animals are very sharp.
Yeah, and most animals are sharp, like piercing, not like
I bet if you set a goat at your lawn, it could, maybe if like you were the person behind the goat and you were not like trying to just feed yourself and you were trying to mow a lawn, you could do it pretty quick. But also like maybe just an animal, maybe just a large animal with big teeth. Like I can imagine going through my front lawn as a tiger, just like.
But you'd have a lot of because you're not going to be able to digest.
No,
that.
that's why I'm doing the poo, the spitting it out.
Yeah, but then you have the who's going to clean up your spit?
Listen, the lawn's mowed. If you don't have to clean it, you don't have to clean up the lawn after it's been mowed. And also, I would be a tiger, so I fail to see what the problem is.
I see.
true.
I think you're right. I think you're correct. I think we should finish this episode because I have 10% battery left and I'm not about to move to plug in my laptop.
Yep.
You put something in the chat. Hello. Thank you.
I'm excited to see
Oh,
this.
I was looking up sharp animals, and
You know what? That is a very sharp animal. Mm-hmm. We are looking at a what is that? A staring gray cat with leaves. Sharp animals.
it's just a house cat on a lawn.
Yep.
A very smart looking cat indeed, though.
So thank you very mumuch for listening to this week's episode of The Wonder Years. If you want to find us, we are at The Wonder Years on Twitter, and also you can support the podcast by going to patreon.com/fearbaiting. It supports both this and our sister podcast, Fearbaiting. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes of Fearbaiting. $5 a month gets your name read on the podcast and a message read on either this or Fearbaiting. $10 a month lets you pick a movie for Fearbaiting to for us to watch over there. Thank you very much to Mogu, Ducky Aisha, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, and Michael Kaiser. We love you all so much. Thank you very much to Matt GameCube and the Noisepace.xyz podcast network that hosts this and so many other wonderful podcasts, including the aforementioned Fear Baiting. We love you, Matt GameCube. If you want to hear more of me, you can listen to the aforementioned Fear Baiting. I'm on Twitter. I'm also on Twitter at Sunhazgenya, SUNHATZHENYA. I believe that's everything.
I also think that's everything. For myself, it's very easy to find me online. I am just at Blair Kitsch, and I'm screaming pretty constantly these days. Seda, what kind of plugs do you've got?
Well, oh man, I took my big breath in because I like to do all my plugs in one breath, and I wasted it on a well and then a sigh.
Take another breath. It's okay.
You can follow me on Twitter at nudity with an E instead of a Y. You can check me out on a podcast where I solve small problems with small songs at Musical Mole on Twitter, or Music for Molehills is the name of the podcast. You can check out my other music at gaygothvibes.online or pilotingtheanimal.bandcamp.com.
All that tracks for me. Sounds great. So we will be back in 2 weeks. Yes. But until then, I have Ben Blair.
I am Sarah.
And I'm Seda, and let your mom touch the Escafil device.
Yes.
Eska MILF device.
All right. Podcast over. Good job, everyone.
I hope I didn't wake up my housemates. I actually screamed.